Hi friends, Rocky.outcrop here. This is Litecoin Technical Analysis. Thank you so much for joining me to take a look at the charts. If you hit the like button, then of course you're my biggest friend and I'm really appreciative of it. We had a look at the charts in the previous Litecoin episode and we talked about a couple of targets towards the top side. Beautiful stuff. That all happened for us. We didn't quite get that second target towards the top side. Okay, we didn't quite get as high as that before the prices pulled back down the way. But now we're looking at this and asking a few new questions. Okay, so let's just take a look at that and try and line up this previous information here with where we could be looking at for the next sort of move. We'll come on with we'll talk about the TA here. We'll talk about price targets and all that good stuff. All very helpful for you trading Litecoin USDT here. Thanks for joining me. If you want to hit that like button, this is the perfect time to do so. I really appreciate it. And hit the bell as well if you want to join me for a live stream sometime. That'd be awesome. So this was our previous ones, okay? Measure, move, target, etc. Now that was a 1618 Fibonacci retracement point, looking between these highs over here in around about 243 bucks, down towards the lows that we had in there at 153. So we have, of course, moved on very much from that time. Then I'm going to remove that old Fibonacci. This pattern here, it did work out for us. We of course got the in between the two target zones for us, and that's ideal. So we can remove that box as well for now, and we can talk about our next set of targets and kind of look at what really this panned out as. Well, this TA at the time was accurate and worked out for us perfectly and all that good stuff. We can see that the picture has obviously evolved quite a bit. Oh, there goes the camera and it's back. Excellent. Whew, panic over. So we actually, you know, we're looking at this upward support line and thinking, yeah, you know, we've had several touches along the way here and that looks pretty good, pretty solid. And we're looking at that top line there and thinking, oh, look at all the touches we've had here on this one, and all of a sudden the previous picture now looks like an upward channel, and this is a very interesting story for us. It has a big set of ranges for us overall. I would look out for any sort of fake out of movements towards the downside if we do come down towards $230 and say that, you know, until actually we've broken 220, that I wouldn't start to get too worried. In fact, maybe the truth is, as the camera goes off and on again there, well, there you have it. Maybe it's more like looking at breaking down past the $215, $210 area, 230 to 210. That would be your sort of fake out territory. Could offer up a next buy if we do drop down the way. If we were to see, say for instance, a death cross here in the 50 and 200 simple moving averages crossing over and us having to do that, but I'm not looking for that right now. Instead, I'm looking up towards the higher side and saying, can we actually push up the way overall? There is a chance that we get a bit of a volatility kickback for us and says that the prices come down to these zones. And but in terms of the broader picture, I want to see this continue overall towards the top side. Now, we have had instances in the past where you can look towards bearish divergence scenarios, but actually with this most recent high, we're looking at having had it come in without the bearishness really overall. But there's one big warning sign for us that we need to be aware of, and that is that this could of course devolve into hidden bearish divergence if we don't take out these higher targets in terms of the 4-hour time frame. So while that is the broader term story and we are looking up towards higher targets overall, and I'll come in with a couple of them in a second, then I'm going to have to point out that we've got these areas to look to, for instance, where these rays are coming in at. That's at 292 bucks, and then their next target at 334, because of course until we push past then we don't have anything. But if we do push past 294, we're looking at this region and saying that we've got a head and shoulders perhaps in here. If this becomes another shoulder, this would be your neckline. You could then take a measured move going from our neckline region down towards our highs, popping up above and coming up towards our ultimate target at the top end of this thing, and that lines up at $362.56 currently. So that's what we're looking to overall. There are targets in between, so if we wanted to pop on the text again, I'd be saying in here, measured move target number 1, measured move target number 2. This is your neckline. Trading the range in between is probably going to be the wisest solution, and if we're looking at this from a Fibonacci point of view, then it lines up perfectly with all those targets as well. Taking that high down to that previous low, we can see that we're at the 50%. If we manage to sustain prices above 254 in there at that 382, then I am looking up towards the next target at 286, actually pushing past 286, draws my attention directly up towards $333, and then if we get a nice push on up towards 362, so there's a 10% of additional sort of risk reward at the top there for anybody considering that. Now if we do pull down the way, I'm looking at this area and saying, well, 253 at that 382 Fibonacci retracement point is crucial for us. If we drop down past that, then of course the 200 simple moving average is where I'm looking to at $240, and if we break that, then it is on down the way and we have that fake out territory I already spoke about. So it depends on how you're positioned right now. Overall, the stochastic's getting this tick around right here does give me a little bit of caution here in the here and now. If we're looking for immediate entries, I'm going to say there's probably a 5 to 10% discount coming up for you. Like would be awesome. Likes would be awesome on that one if anybody does. I don't know. Hey, Mukadi, Marley, good to see you.